So, Onision has made yet another video about Eugenia Cooney after promising for the fourth time that he would not make any more videos on her or even make any more videos related to her. Interestingly, though, in this video, he once again says that he was wrong about Eugenia Cooney and he now thinks that she's likely going to live into old age. He also, for the first time, mentioned one of my own videos. Ironically, the video that Onision referred to of mine was Onision loses his only friend Cyr. I say that's ironic because this is a video about Eugenia Cooney, and I've made a lot of videos about him and Eugenia Cooney, but those weren't the ones he actually mentioned. He actually did respond to my video title, at least, by jokingly saying that he still has friends in the sense that he has relatives and his wife.
Ah, I see off to the side it says Onision loses his only friend. Actually, I have many friends, like Lainey and my other family members, most of whom by blood are required to be in my life.
I will link to that video on him and Cyr in the description. After discussing my video, Onision then goes on to talk about the positive influence Eugenia has on other people, rather than just focusing on her supposed negative influence.
This person says, I have bad thoughts and autism, even though I think of self-termination. I found your channel, what has really helped me, and I have become emo. I thought emo was the self-termination, whatever. You helped. Eugenia, you helped someone. Good. Someone telling Eugenia she's honestly an amazing person and they can't believe how much she's helped them. Hi Eugenia, I love you so much. You and others have helped me through tough times and even stopped me from self-termination. I wouldn't be here without you, and please follow me. That would... Okay, really? Don't say I almost terminated myself. And by the way, please follow me. Almost sounds like 2017 Onision. I don't know her personally, but I 100% agree with this. Eugenia seems like such a nice person from what I have seen. Hatred never helped anyone except for winning World War II. So if people could stop, that would be nice.
He then goes on to say that Eugenia only allegedly seems to have anorexia, and that even if she does, she's likely to live into old age. I'm not the world's biggest Onision fan, but I will give him credit for not being nearly as negative about Eugenia Cooney in the past couple videos he's made on her than he has been in the past. I'll also give him credit for acknowledging that he was wrong to spread fear and hysteria about her, and for acknowledging that even if she does have anorexia, she is likely to live into her old age.
You shouldn't resort to doing things like I've done in the past, like spreading fear and doom and gloom. I myself have made the mistake of being really not positive about the issue. I found a tiny bandwagon, then I made it a huge bandwagon, and now I'm hopping off of it because I realized the error of my way. And guys, remember, a lot of people who suffer from the alleged condition that Eugenia Cooney suffers from, they live almost as long as any of us. So while we're afraid when we look at Eugenia, it's not necessarily representative of reality. Yes, Eugenia could pass within a week, within a month, within a year. Mind you, so could any of us.
Onision cited a study that said that for people who actually die from anorexia, either as a primary or secondary cause of death in the United States, they die at the average age of 68 for females and 79 for males. Some people have stated that this study is limited to just people who have received treatment for anorexia. That is totally false. This study was in no way limited to just people who have received treatment. For a more in-depth analysis on this study, see my previous video, Onision admits that he was wrong about Eugenia Cooney. I will leave a link in the description to the video. But I want to reiterate a few things about this study. Not only was it not limited just to people who have received treatment, but it was not like a typical study which studies a small subset of the population and then, using statistics, tries to extrapolate conclusions about a larger group of people. Instead, this study looked at 100% of all the people who died from anorexia in the United States over a 5-year period. It looked at their death certificates, and it pulled out people who died of anorexia either as a primary or a secondary cause of death, and it found that only 145 people per year die from anorexia. Look, I know that there are statistics that say things like anorexia is the most lethal mental illness, but the bottom line is Very few people die from mental illnesses. And I'm not trying to take away from mental illnesses or say that, they're not serious or anything like that. But none of the leading causes of death are mental illnesses. Things like heart disease, cancer, strokes, and diabetes kill far more people than mental illnesses. And that's generally good news about mental illnesses, is that they usually aren't lethal. Now, I have predicted that Eugenia will likely not die prematurely of anything eating disorder related. By dying prematurely, I mean dying before the average female born in the United States in 1994 dies. If she dies of something not eating disorder related, like if she's struck by lightning and killed instantly, that doesn't count. I know that there are some people who disagree to my statement, and to those people I say this. The difference between you and me is that so far I've been right and you've been wrong. All the predictions that Eugenia is going to die within a year have all been wrong. And in the future, I'm going to continue to be right and you're going to continue to be wrong. Unless you change your mind and come to more or less the same conclusion that I've come to or that Onision has come to. Onision, to his credit, is smart enough to have figured out that Eugenia's situation is not nearly as dire as he thought it was, and hopefully you'll be smart enough to figure this out as well. If not, too bad. I'm going to continue to be right about this, and you're going to continue to be wrong about this. This whole thing about Eugenia Cooney has just been a lot of hysteria, and Onision himself, the man who freely acknowledges that he was the one who took a small bandwagon of hysteria and exacerbated it and made it into a big bandwagon of hysteria, is now acknowledging that it was just a lot of hysteria. And you should realize this as well. So go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, click the bell icon for notifications, join the Zork army, and together we shall take over the world. I upload 6 to 8 videos a month. You can also follow me on Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram at ZorkMid123.